50 Cent spoke on Master P and Romeo's current events and said Master P got him too. What's up, world? Your boy Challz Brown back again, talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Okay, 50 Cent says Master P is very, very slick. I want to talk about this. We're going to have a conversation in light of Master P and his son, Romeo. They reconciled, apparently. I don't know if it's still ongoing reconciliation, but apparently they are back. 50 Cent says Master P finessed him when he was coming up in his career. We're going to talk about that. During a sit-down on Big Boy's Neighborhood earlier this month, 50 Cent weighed in on the recent quarrel between Master P and his son Romeo and how he didn't consider their issues to run as deeply as those between himself and his son Marquis. So he's saying about his own son, his issues with his own son is deeper than Master P and Romeo. I don't know, maybe. But we're going to talk about that. He also discussed Master P's prowess as a businessman. As a businessman, negotiator, as he detailed being out-negotiated on the terms of his first tour through Master P. Quote, what I'll say about Master P is he's slick. He gave me the money for 8 shows. We did 4 of them, and he hit me with oh man, we got to take a break. We'll just come back and do the other 4. When I came back to do the other 4, I had already sold 2 million records. He had paid me for the 8 shows, so I had to do the other 4. No questions asked. He knew that I was going to blow, so he waited until I blew up. So basically, end quote. So basically, he's saying that P was smart. He paid him for 8, which was probably, God knows, 20 grand or whatever. I don't know what it was. Paid him, not told. I'm talking about for per show, right? If it was that. And P was like, this dude about to get signed by Eminem. He about to blow, right? He waited till he sold 2 million records, went double platinum. Now he's the hottest rapper in the world, and he got him for chump change. That is the ultimate hustle. So now he know he can raise his ticket prices and keep him 50 cents pay. He ain't got to pay him nothing because you already paid him. Now he probably 10 times his money off of that event. That's the kind of stuff hustlers do. And the simple fact of the matter is, if you're thinking like that, you're thinking like that in every situation. I 100% believe Romeo. I believe Romeo. I made a video about Romeo earlier. And I 100% believe that P used Romeo's money because, in my opinion, I think Master P, everything revolves around his image. And his image can't be someone who's not paying his taxes and is broke. And I think we all go through times where we don't have financial freedom like we used to, right? Even someone as rich as Master P, who's still spending money from the 90s, all that good stuff like that there. You got to think his lifestyle got to be crazy. And I'm sure they lost a lot of that no-limit money when that thing started to tank because they was putting out so much material. And then quite a few of the stars got arrested, locked up. Some of them passed, and some of them just fell off. That label was a shell of itself. It was just at one point, it was Master P, Silk the Shocker, who wasn't doing that much anymore. Lil Romeo had a hit or two. He had, had a couple records, and Mia X, I think she had already left. So at one point, that label ran its course. So money not coming in no more. Then he started doing the movies, which they made their money in the beginning, but how much of the movies, that movie money was still coming in? You got to think, that movie, all the Master P movies get heavily bootlegged. Half the people that had the movies had a copy of a copy. So yeah, he made his money. Don't get me wrong, he made big money. You know what I'm saying? And the Rap Snacks, I don't know how well that's doing. It could be doing great. I don't know. But end of the day, his lifestyle is a very, very expensive lifestyle. And whatever he's putting into his son, he may think, I have the rights to that. Especially if he's the one supposed to be paying him. Romeo said he never got paid nothing. He probably was like, I'm going to take care of Romeo's rent. I'm going to put him in a house. And that's what he get. That's what I'm giving him as his dad. I don't need to give him nothing else because this money is for the family. And he probably had a mentality to take care of the family first. But this thing with 50 sound kind of crazy. It's not shady. It's smart business, right? To 50, it's like, Dad, I got finessed. And yeah, he did finesse you. He was able to see that you were about to blow. So he paused the tour. I don't think he knew. I think before he put him on, he was like, let me see how I do. And it did well. He's like, but wait, this guy great to blow. Let me pause this a couple months. Come back. And then I got 50 Cent, hottest rap in the world on it. And now it's going to make me hot again. So it's all about logistics and business. And he seems to be very intelligent. Now, I feel like his issues with his son, Master P and Romeo, do parallel 50 and his son Marquise. And I'm going to tell you why. Even though 50 and his son Marquise don't have a relationship and they've been at it for quite a few years and this and that and the third, that pain ain't the same as Romeo's pain, because Romeo was there the whole time and riding with his dad for years. And he felt that he was the most loyal person in his dad's life and he was the one that got burnt. Right? Marquise and 50 Cent stuff started falling apart when he was a little boy. Romeo's a grown man. I think Romeo might be 30 years old. And it hit him now. That means he been holding that for 20-some years. Riding with his dad, no matter what, blindly, riding. And his dad, according to him, wasn't paying him anything. Imagine how I feel. He said he about to get his first check that he ever received. His first check that he ever received is coming from the Rap Snacks. That's his first check ever. Do you know how bad that hurts to realize my dad been pocketing my money that's supposed to be mine for my whole life? I never got it. And I was I was the face of this guy. Right? He was the face of that for years when nothing was coming off of No Limit. Nothing was coming out of that camp. That was Romeo holding that down. And he never got a penny. And he's out here saying he don't have this, he don't have that. I'm sure Pops, I'm gonna give Master P, I'm gonna give Percy credit that he's probably taking care of his bills. But they got a whole show. You mean to tell me you never got paid from growing up hip hop? None of that stuff? So I don't know, man. We gotta figure out, because they reconciled. They had the picture together, and it seemed like Romeo was hurt. I think Romeo may be more hurt than Marquise, because when you're young and you give up on your pops young, you really don't care no more, right? You really don't care no more. I don't think Marquise really cares like that. I think some of this stuff is antics. It's for the media. It's for social media. I don't think he really. Yeah, you always want a relationship with your dad, but I don't think it's like Romeo. I think Romeo loved that man. He would give his life for his dad, and to find out that he been burning him, or to finally admit to himself that he been burning him, I think his stuff is way worse, right? Yeah, 50 Cent cracked on Marquise's mom, but you can get past that stuff. You saw him reaching out. He said he wants to sit down with 50. He's looking for a way to contact them. He went through social media. He went through interviews because he can't reach his dad, that's kind of like, he's doing that for the social media, but he's willing to talk to him. I think this thing with Master P, they can't have one photograph and now this thing is resolved. I think it's way deeper. I think Lil Wayne and Baby is going to end up being what Master P and Romeo end up going through until he gets what he feel like he's deserved. And I guarantee you, Romeo going to start looking for a couple mil. So I don't think this thing over with him and his dad. He going to look back and say, yeah, my dad took a picture with me on Instagram, but I'm still out here hurting. I'm struggling. And he's sitting over there with all my money. He used it to pay his taxes, according to Romeo. So I think they still got a long way to go. And I feel like they can get there, but they're going to have to be honest. And I don't know if Master P is going to be honest, because he's standing on one side and he doesn't seem to be looking at it from anybody else's point of view. Because all of his responses were, y'all can just hate on me. You don't even know what's going on. My family first. A bunch of stuff that was cliche. And it really didn't address the issue. He never said he didn't. Well, he kind of tried to say he didn't do it, but it seemed like he was just talking in circles, in my opinion. So until they really get down to the nitty gritty and he's honest with himself, that relationship's still going to suffer. But let me know what you think in the comments. Master P, 50 Cent, Lil Romeo, Marquise, it's a whole mess, but it can all be resolved with some good old-fashioned communication and just tough love, and say the tough things that need to be said, the right things, so that things get resolved, right? And if you really understand the other person's point of view, young or old, don't be like, oh, you just young, you don't understand it. Like, if you're talking to him like a kid, then he gonna react like a kid. You gotta talk to him like an adult, right? The only way they're gonna resolve that is if he treats him like a grown man, right? Treat him like a grown man that you do owe something to. You don't just owe him his rent when he's making millions for your company. But let me know what you think. CLBMG.com. Challz Brown. I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side. Every Wednesday we got Clash Brothers podcast live on my Facebook page. I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
CLB.